Okay, the stream starts right now. We're gonna do something much newer. We're gonna use a Notion, I guess. Notion. Yeah. Meetings and workspace. Gonna add a new workspace. Projects. Empty database. An empty database probably would be nice. It's just Marvel Yapparinos. Wait. Oh my god. Uh. Oh my god. I'm a shift things. I'm a switch where we at. Shit. Switch again. Okay. Is the microphone back? Is the microphone? Okay, the microphone's back. Okay. Today we're gonna start off a new chapter. There you go. It's just a completely new freaking thing. Alright. Fuck. It's the same account from new database. Okay. New database would be let's call it Marvel Doomsday Prep. Okay, new page. That would be Hawkeye. Alright, as we go to then we open Hawkeye and we directly get into the page of Hawkeye. But it opens like that. But we need to expand it, open it Hawkeye. Add the property, type, number, formula, ratio, created time, ID, GitHub pull request. Property name would be series. What the fuck is this? Oh. Okay. Okay, Hawkeye and okay, we have like an AI for commands and let's just create a table. Uh, let's get rid of that's nice. Okay, that would be nice. Nice. Okay. Alright. Alright, and now good, bad. Alright, what's good about it? What's bad about it? Okay, and then let's talk about what's good and what's bad. Right? Alright, what's good? What's bad? What's good about it is action scenes. Alright, that's good. Um. Uh. Well, let's say the let's just not like completely. Let's just get rid of this completely. The table completely. Delete. Let's just not talk about like good or bad. Let's just talk about talking points. Right? Yeah, that would be nice. Let's say the action, internals, uh, look, um, references, uh, in preparation for doomsday. Oh, we're all. I'm just here to just prepare for freaking doomsday. So there has to be like something for like doomsday there, right? So talking points, the action of it. Was it good? Like uh seeing Hawkeye in action. Was it like good? Like a bow and arrow man, uh, doing the thingy, doing its thing for like the entire freaking thing. Well, to talk about it, it's just like how do I even like talk about it? Okay. Uh let me just oops hide this. What the fuck? Can you get rid of this? Can you just like uh new chat? We're gonna chat with anything? Let's see with Notion right then gonna generate a task. Whoa. Okay. Let's go to Hawkeye instead. Hawkeye freaking notes, talking points, the action, the internals, the look, references, any references, and it's nah. I don't even know jack shit when it goes to references. Look cinematically. Alright, talking point. Alright, the action. When it comes to the action, there are like certain kinds of very well try to set how we able to like see what's good action from bad action, right? Let's set a line as to where it is, or like let's try to define what is good from what is bad, and then we'll settle from that. What's good action? Shang-Chi levels. Is it Shang-Chi levels uh, of action when it comes to hand combat? Stunts were good, but it's obvious that it wasn't the act. It was stunt people. Oh, stunts are obvious. It's obvious. It was a stunt made by stunt people. Well, that's kind of like a nice thing, right? Is it a nice thing to be able to like, talk about it when it comes to it? But like for me, watching it, there's just certain kinds of actions that you need to like watch. Like, wait a second. I'm live, but I can't see. Wait. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Like my Aye. Oh, when it comes to freaking action, stunts were good, but it's obvious it was done by stunt people. Well, it was obvious for me that it was done by stunt people. That was the way it cuts from like cuts to freaking wide areas and tries to do like close up freaking things. And it's trying to do close up hero shots of the freaking action. It seems kind of nice to be able to like see whatever it is going on. And the stunts were like pretty freaking good. I was there. I was especially in the last episode. In the last freaking episodes, I was like, oh, I was starting to feel it in my legs, in my arms. Like when I was watching it, I was starting to feel it. The way I was like, immersed in watching it, it was like kind of crazy because I was starting to like really feel it. That was that. I was starting to really feel it from like arms, legs, whatever it is that's going on, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice to know. Uh, okay, stunts were good, but obviously it was done by some people. But it doesn't matter, right? When it comes to this one, does it matter? Is this the kind of that kind of show? I don't know. Every time I try to go and watch freaking action, I'm used to, yeah, like I should just go back to and watch a bunch of like Chinese freaking movies, right? Even Chinese movies is like changed now these days. It's no longer like it wasn't like the time of Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and those freaking times of freaking action, right? Is this a kind of show? No, probably not. Sounds so good, but it was obviously good. The action was good, right? But what makes it freaking different this time around when it comes to like it's freaking action? What makes it different? What differs? What makes this experience good or show good? Bows and arrows being done in certain ways. Bows and arrows being done in certain ways. Let's see. Any bow stunts that were done in this situation? Yeah, only last episode. Like last episode, Beam 1. Beam arrows. Beam arrows were good. But it was like CGI, but was it stunt? It's still part of the freaking action, which is kind of like good. The beam arrows, trick arrows. Trick arrows were good. Trick arrows were good. Stunt woman for Yelena. The stunt woman for Yelena when fighting was good. It feels like a ballerina. Ballerina was like was fighting through dancing. That was cool. That was like looking at the stunt woman for Yelena. Like wait. Oh shit. No. Yeah. Why is it highlighted? No, stunt woman for Yelena. Fighting was good. It's like a ballerina was fighting to dancing. It was really, really good. Um, Anything else about this damn show? When it comes to his freaking action, that is just like nice to freaking watch. When I should have just been like taking down notes while I was watching it, but it's just like weird to be able to like pause and take down notes as you watch. I would like love to do that, but it's just like this time around it was like this. So Hawkeye was like kind of good, but there's like nothing much to be able to like talk about. Uh, the action, internals, look, cinematic, and preparation for Doomsday. It's the story. Well, internals, uh, story, and look, the action, the look, and the cinematics. Like, oh, okay, let's just have like a trifecta of like things that needs to be able to like really make things wonderful. But like sometimes when it comes to a freaking movie, it's the internals for me that makes everything else. Like somehow I have a theory that once everything has good freaking internals, it's much more better. We understand the externalization or the fights better, and when we are dragged more into the freaking fights, the fights doesn't seem meaningless. It doesn't seem just there for the sake of our entertainment, but it seems that the fights are there for as a story, that our characters are really driven towards the fights that they're fighting. It wasn't just there to like as a somehow a formula to be able to like say, oh, to gather more engagement or to keep the viewers much more engaged, insert fight here or something like that. It doesn't seem like that. What matters for me is like internals, like freaking stories, because once those are understand towards our heroes, it's much better to understand the externalization, the fights, and everything else towards it. Like its look, how how you portray, like how it was shot, and all those freaking things. And like for me, when it comes to Hawkeye, how it was like shot, it was like it looks really freaking good, man. When it comes to this freaking action, okay, it's part of the freaking action, but ASL and how it's shown. Uh, like this part of the situation, there was this conversation with like Hawkeye, AC, cast, Kazi, Kazi and Maya. Yeah. The Kazi and Maya scenes, and the Kazi and Maya scenes was just a huge ass fucking headache. Doesn't seem like it makes sense. Like for a I don't know. Kazi, now it's shown. Looks awful. Kazi and Maya scene. Like the it shows they're doing sign language, but it doesn't show they're doing sign language and show the sign language. Like if a deaf freaking person was able to like freaking watch this, they would be like, what the fuck happened there? Like it's a conversation with a deaf freaking person or a deaf freaking yeah, a deaf freaking character finally, and we get to be able to like see this freaking thing, and we get to like see it in action finally, and then you see it, and it's like just a bunch of close ups towards them. Like what? Like what the fuck is going on when it comes to this one? The action, the fencing scene was kind of good. The way they did the first freaking parts, where she was like she took over, she took the Ronin costume, and because she took the Ronin costume, she's now under, like, when it comes to the situation, there it was like a Christmas freaking season. uh Kate Bishop took over the role in costume because she was kind of suspicious of this new character entering into her freaking life. So she's the stepfather, supposed stepfather, that's going to be him. And when it comes to this guy, she's suspicious about him, and she gets to be able to like see an underground illegal auction going on, black market auction going on when it comes to uh and one of those items being auctioned is the Ronin's sword, Rolex, and sword, Rolex, and suit. And in this situation, when it comes to all those freaking things, there was a heist that was like made by uh the tracksuit mafia in this situation too, where they bombed the freaking place and they just like looked for those items. And one of those items is indeed the Rolex for the Ronin, and that Rolex somehow connects. That Rolex connects Hawkeye into his freaking people, into his freaking place, or into his life. Clint Barton and into his life. Like someone they are like they shown that they have family now in this situation, which is like something that's being able to kept under the rug. Like, but like in this situation, Hawkeye is somehow retired now and trying to like live life with his kids and his family, right? And in this situation that he was like trying to live with all of these freaking things, he's just like having problems. Like his past still resurfaced when it comes to his role and freaking past to Kate Bishop and all those freaking things. And when it comes into this situation, uh, the story is really freaking cool. I don't know why I started with freaking action, but this is like this movie, which isn't like an avenue that I'm really good at when it comes to like rating freaking action and like seeing action for what it is. Because like, yeah, for me, the story or whatever it is that drives the internals of the freaking characters, it's much more interesting for me. And in this situation, I'd like to be it's being shown to us in this situation. There's like a bunch of freaking action or a bunch of like being done things that are being done, and it's showing us the age of like why do you keep deleting it? uh why do you keep doing this? Yes, and then one of this the age, it's being shown a this is a really good externalization, right? The action slash externalization, the age, uh retiring Hawkeye, yeah, retiring Hawkeye, hearing aid, being old, and all other still, and all other things. Like when it goes to hearing aid, being old, and all other things, it just connects him with like there's this connection between Maya and the ASL. But when it comes to this and retiring freaking Hawkeye, it's really good the way they like show these freaking parts of like freaking Hawkeye in this situation. We get to really see Hawkeye being old. We get to see Hawkeye. We get to see an adventure, but it's not a superhero adventure. Well, it's still a superhero, right? But it's just much more toned down. It's much more toned down. It's much more showing human side and a lot of like freaking places in them because they're like the way things takes place. It's like a day after day, and it doesn't like the way they paced it, the way they actually like showed us to us, the way they paste it, the way they do it is through a day by day freaking basis. And throughout these freaking days, we get to see things in between. And in between, we get to see the age of freaking Hawkeye. We get to see other freaking things. His bond between him and Kate Bishop, and all, and so many other things in here. Yeah, that seems like a really good answering thing to be able to like see in this situation. Hearing a retiring Hawkeye on an old man Hawkeye, old man Hawkeye, hearing aids, and all other things. Yes, and we got to like see this three. Any other freaking action here that was like really good to be able to see? Oh, okay, it's just a little bit, but what? Uh, Kingpin. Kingpin being a raid boss. Yeah, being a raid boss, like showing some supernatural aspects when it comes to freaking Kingpin. That seems nice. Yeah, that seems like nice when it comes to like the freaking action and everything else, right? That seems really freaking good. And when it comes to this internal freaking story, well, it's internally things that are subtle usually seen or shown. That are usually said or shown. Well, mm, the inner. Alright, this. Oh my god. Paula Kelly, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay, when it comes to the internals of the story, these are the things that motivate or run our characters throughout the story. Throughout the story. And things that motivate and run the story. Then one of those internal freaking things is being a hero. Being a hero, all of those freaking things. It goes to being a hero or like being a hero or a good person, right? And it comes to these freaking things, there are like a lot of freaking other things because it's still a superhero freaking movie, and it's still supposed to be able to talk about what heroism is, whatever it is that it needs to be done, and it gets to be shown through Hawkeye, caring for Kate Bishop because of the suit. It's because of the suit that drags them together and everything else. No, no, it's because the suit is very, very dangerous and it attracts a lot of freaking people because of what has been done wearing that freaking suit. And like Hawkeye seeing Kate Bishop doing all those freaking things, it's like very nice to be able to see. There are like other freaking aspects towards here too because uh like in this situation it's like father figures are like being shown in this situation too through Hawkeye, through through Arman. What's it Arman? Wait. What is his name? Jacques. 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 I call him Jacques. Jacques Duquesne. Jacques Duquesne. Through Jacques Duquesne, father figures. Jacques Duquesne. Duquesne. What? What the fuck? That's the spelling. Duquesne. That's the spelling of Duquesne. Alright, that's just Jack Duquesne. Alright, Jack Duquesne in this situation is just like the freaking father figure, and how he shows this towards him, and also Hawkeye, and other symbolisms like internal things and motivated other guys to the country, symbolisms and mythos, the story, symbolisms, symbolisms and mythos of the story. I guess symbolisms are like a greater structure. I kind of don't understand internals that much. It's just hard for me to be able to like say it. Greater structure towards everything else, right? And then Christmas, they don't experience Christmas. They don't this uh spirit of Christmas, and then passing the torch, taking on apprentice, passing the torch, taking on an apprentice. It's like it starts off with being a hero, trying to be a good person, but here comes a freaking mentor or like father freaking figures, right? Father figures, slash mentor. Uh, comes Hawkeye and the conflict of between two freaking father figures towards Kate Bishop as he sees these two freaking people enter into her life freshly and newly, and she like be able to compare all of these freaking things, which is supposed to be a contrast between these freaking two, and like a conflict between how she sees both of these freaking men towards entering her freaking life, right? But she's probably much more seeing the father figure towards like freaking Hawkeye, because he's a superhero, he's like the one who's trying to do the right thing, but it doesn't seem to be able to do those things. And when it comes to like contrast between Jack Duquesne and freaking Hawkeye, probably when it comes to like Hawkeye, he's like this supposedly good guy that you'll be able to like see on the outward as like from afar. But as you get close to him, you see all these freaking flaws towards him. And when it comes to Jack Duquesne, he seems like a freaking pretty awful freaking guy. But as you move closer towards him, as you see him closer, or as you bond together, you'll be able to like know he's not much of like a freaking bad guy after all. Especially of how the plot or how the story developed towards it, especially around episode freaking 5, right? In episode freaking 5, the way like Black Widow was like involved in these freaking situations, in those freaking things, like father figures, it's nice to be able to like see this in this situation from Kate Bishop's perspective. And then when it comes to Hawkeye's perspective, it's like passing the torch and taking on an apprentice, passing the torch, taking on apprentice, or like giving the mantle of Hawkeye to somebody else, which is Kate Bishop. This is like a start of their freaking relationship. Probably like onwards later on, like after uh throughout the freaking times, like probably in Doomsday we'll be able to like see Hawkeye no longer as like Jeremy Renner, from Jeremy Renner app. It's no longer Jeremy Renner from Jeremy Renner app, but it's like Kate Bishop from freaking Spider Man, like from Haley Steinfeld. Like it's Gwen Stacy, It's Gwen Stacy now, like taking now it's Gwen Stacy being Hawkeye now. Gwen Stacy or like Bumblebee, you know, like the chick from Bumblebee. It's probably known from much more from Bumblebee, or like from True Grit, like Cowboy Girl. And anywhere else where Haley Steinfeld is. Is she in Pitch Perfect? Was she? And I don't remember now. Yeah, Bumblebee. But Bumblebee though. Instead, we get Bumblebee for freaking Hawkeye in that certain situation. And they're passing the torch, taking on an apprentice. We got all these freaking things like, is this the person that's gonna take over whatever it is that I'm doing? Because I'm turning to be old. I don't want to do this anymore. But it doesn't show it in the situation that Hawkeye doesn't want to do this anymore. Wait, it kind of shows it through his actions, right? It kind of shows like Hawkeye doesn't want to do this anymore. He wants to live a life like different from this one. The way he talks to his freaking wife, as to the what it is that's going on. But somehow, when it comes to the Ronin being involved, all this freaking past that he needs to be, that is catching up to him, and stating that he should be held accountable for all the things that he has done, or should he have like a clean slate like everybody else, or like should he be allowed to even retire or like pass the torch towards Kate Bishop and given to her, because all Kate Bishop shows is this good freaking thing that it still remains from him, that him being Hawkeye, right? That the Hawkeye freaking persona is still freaking there, the superhero Hawkeye. And that's like a good thing to know, to be able to understand in this freaking situation, in this freaking story. And was it there? Uh, the thing is, was it there, or was it just stretching things out to be able to like tell myself that this story is like a better freaking story, you know? Because like once you stretch things out, like every freaking story is gonna be the best freaking story ever, right? If you stretch things out to the way you like things, or to the way you want to see things better, it's just lying to yourself. Sometimes it feels like lying to yourself and saying that all of this freaking thing, oh, it's actually freaking good because it's like this or like that. But am I stretching the truth way too freaking much? Or is it like actually being shown in this situation? Right? We got to see this when it comes to the conversations between Yelena and Bishop Kate, right? And the conversations of like what Hawkeye is to be, or like Yelena is there as a somehow person to be able to like hold Hawkeye for his accountability. Like somehow his Ronin, him being Ronin is like taken way too much over, that it is him that is just Ronin now and no longer Hawkeye, and that he cannot like go back to being Hawkeye. But Kate is there being saying that he is Hawkeye all this freaking time. It's just that Ronin is like something else, like somebody who is just processing the freaking grief of his freaking family and everything else. But it doesn't justify, like somehow in this situation, like in this freaking conversation, it hasn't been, it hasn't been the conversations, or the way it was externalized, the way it was said, or the way it was tackled. This freaking part of like these freaking questions that we need to be able to ask hasn't been like fully been tackled on by these freaking characters. Because later on we actually show that it was just grief that binds these two freaking people, that Yelena and freaking Hawkeye were these freaking two, right? Yelena was only there, was trying to like kill Hawkeye because like she thinks Hawkeye freaking killed Black Widow because of his past, right? Because of him being Ronin. And yeah, that would be like a good as freaking explanation, but it doesn't like what actually freaking happened there. Wait, let me like yeah, zone out a little bit and got that situation. It was like tackling him and like saying all of these freaking things, but it actually didn't say. Ah, the whistle. The whistle. Forgot about the whistle that they had. And I consider it was like that. When it comes to like this one, there's also Ronin. Ronin and Hawkeye. Ronin and Hawkeye. These two personas clashing through how others see him. Because he's able to like say, "Oh, I am Hawkeye now, and no longer Ronin." But when it comes to other people seeing him, he's still freaking Ronin. He's still freaking this. He's still freaking that, and all those certain things, right? Passing the torch, taking our promise, and all those certain things. The spirit of Christmas has been uh, like I like that his. It's like they said it on Christmas. They just said it on Christmas just for the sake of setting it on Christmas. Probably because yeah, it's gonna be showing on freaking Christmas, right? And that's like a freaking problem towards it too, when it comes to it, because it doesn't seem like it's needed for the entire freaking story as to what it shows towards everybody else. But we have Kingpin in this situation that like somehow be able to like we have Kingpin saying that I tried to forgive you or like don't do this, saying to Eleanor for the sake of freaking Christmas and everything else. Um, Hawkeye on a hotel on Christmas Eve. No way that's freaking gonna happen. They're like those freaking things. Like somehow like they still like driving Christmas in there. And overall, this is just a bunch of freaking things, but like of how it was freaking driven towards the entire freaking how it drove, how these internals drove the freaking story towards everything else. It just doesn't seem to show. Yes, in this situation, in this freaking like what I like as a freaking movie, or what I like when it comes to like really good stories that I like, is that these internals like show us or like drives it what drives the plot, or this is what drives what the actions or what's going on from one point to another. But it's just not there, right? It's just it doesn't seem that being a good hero, being a good person, it's what's driving them from one point to another. Even though the escalation, even though like things are getting escalated in this situation, right? Like the actions getting escalated towards like one point to another, it doesn't seem to be shown that. Well, being a good person or being a hero, it's really what's good. Good way to be able to like show this from one point to another. Okay, let me like show you in this situation. How it could be like shown. Because the first thing part, it's what the being a good freaking person or like Kate Bishop's selfishness towards like herself, right? She starts being a very selfish freaking person, but she needed a mentor to be able to like see things much more further, supposedly. Uh, in this situation, her actions were like selfishly being driven of why she was there or why she took on the freaking Ronin freaking suit and everything else, right? Because she was just saving a freaking dog. She was there driving into this situation, trying to spy on his like supposed stepfather, but was later on like took on the freaking suit, took on this mantle because she was trying to be a good person and saving those people inside the freaking the auction and yeah, saving a freaking dog. Well, not exactly saving a freaking dog, but it's like got dragged to a freaking in the street. Yeah, she was there being driven as a good freaking person, which drives us into the next part because like Hawkeye tracked her down because he is trying to be a good person on it all because he understands like what's going on when it comes to this freaking situation, right? Like what the Ronin freaking costume like states or like says to a lot of freaking people. And it does say that through the tracksuit freaking map, yeah. Tracking her down to her apartment and burning her apartment down. And yeah, they drag them into the situation and their like needs for this situation. And like she's finally seeing freaking Hawkeye and like seeing her freaking mentor in this situation and trying to become a superhero, but it doesn't like show this. It like yeah, the way they were like able to show it, they don't like understand. They don't. It's like kind of understood in this situation when you're dragged into in this situation. She needs to somehow. It would be nice if she was like, "Oh, I need to prove myself to her," like Hawkeye to be able to like drag me in and be able to like become part of this the circus, yeah, to like take me in. Uh, and that would be like a great freaking thing if they show us that she wants to be part of this freaking thing, but it doesn't show us. Uh, she shows us that she's just a being good person and dragging this freaking dog around, and just she's just trying to help in this situation. And yeah, we have the same reaction as Hawkeye when she was like talking to her freaking parents as like we are partners and everything else. Like it only wraps up like around episode 4, 5, 6. Like 1, 2, 3. This is a harder situation, especially when it comes to like episode freaking 2, when they introduce the freaking LARPers and what is needed there. Because they were really, really dragging for the situation, right? Yeah, like Hawkeye, she's like very, very like fascinated. She was like fangirling a little bit when she was like talking to freaking Hawkeye. And yeah. What was the next episode after that? I didn't see. Wait. As she goes home. How the fuck did she see the Armand die again? Oh my god, I wasn't actually paying attention. Oh my god, they're showing things. I've seen it once, okay, and it's forgettable already. How did she see Armand's death? Okay, she went home. How did she see Armand die? Wait, I don't remember. Yeah, because she's trying to save Arman from the Traxxas Mafia. She tracks Armando Kane down and finds that he's dead. I don't know why she tracks Armando Kane down. Why the fuck did she track Armand? Was she gonna say like things like I hope you are safe and everything else and like looking for like a help? Probably she's looking for a freaking help. Or like trying to give him the entire suit. Yeah, father figures again, like showing Armando Kane. Oh, kind of. And Spirit of Christmas, passing the torch, and prepare his Ronin and Hawkeye against Ronin and things. Things that run Kate freaking Bishop is what runs Kate Bishop. Like what is her internal freaking struggle? What is she's being conflicted in this freaking situation? It seems as she's just being dragged around, trying to look like yeah. Here in this situation, I'm finding Kate Bishop to be lacking in this situation because she's being dragged around from one place to another, but there is no internal motivations for everything else other than just trying to be a good freaking person towards everything else that's being happening towards her. She doesn't have like any other plans, anything else going on for towards like all of these freaking things. That's why like she's kind of like lacking as a freaking character. Meanwhile, we see Hawkeye being like this freaking person in this situation, right? He adds more freaking substance or depth toward freaking Hawkeye because he has this Ronin or Hawkeye thing going around towards him. But we get to see Kate Bishop, whatever towards she is just probably uh am I gonna trust the things am I gonna trust? She's just blindly trusting, right? Like when it comes to these freaking things, are my heroes? Are my heroes supposed to be like no like kind of like something supposed to be or like kind of touched upon in this situation, especially when it comes to Yelena coming in later in this situation? Are my heroes are like are my trusting the judgment of the freaking Hawkeye, whatever it is that's happening towards me? And overall in this situation so far, whatever it is that's going on in Kate Bishop's like journey in this situation, to wherever it is that she's doing, she's trying to prove that he's one of the what the fuck that she's trying to prove? At the beginning of the first freaking episode, she's trying to prove that she could be a great person. Ronin and Hawkeye are my heroes. Kate, like later on when it comes to that one, are my heroes. Kate, but like later, early on, when it comes to this freaking when it comes to this freaking thing is there isn't like anything that's like pushing her towards like whatever it is that she's doing towards Jack Duquesne. It's just because she's suspicious of him that she like completely goes into this underground freaking thing because she's not motivated by anything else. Doesn't seem that she's motivated by anything else, right? Yes, because the introduction of the men in her freaking life, or their freaking supposed father figures and everything else. Yeah. Am I trusting the judgment? And is my judgment really freaking good? Supposed to be. Are my heroes in a Gonzalo Cage situation? Yeah. Is Hawkeye the way he says to be, which is drags Kate into this situation, into an internal freaking struggle towards Kate too, what she's like wanting to do, but she has also this freaking kind of like situation where uh I want to be great, like every young person's motivation towards things. I want to show that I can be great. I want to be freaking great. Like all these freaking trophies towards being like a good, really good freaking archer, and telling Hawkeye that she's like probably one of the best archers that she could ever that he could ever see. And that would be like a nice greatness motivator for like internal freaking struggle towards Kate being freaking Bishop. Like all this freaking greatness that she is, that she's like flaunting out to be, but yet when faced with the real freaking thing, right, when faced with greater adversaries or like adversaries on her freaking level, she somehow like freaking fails towards it and needs like a freaking needs someone to be able to like teach her further or to further push towards like her freaking preconceptions of how good she is because of her overconfidence in freaking things, because she's like overconfident in the way she judges everything else and everything she does, right? She's overconfident in the way she judges Jack, and the way she like do all these freaking things, and she can like handle all of these freaking situations. That would be like great to be able to know, but it's just not there, not enough to be able to show this because it's just like Hawkeye being annoyed by her overconfidence and being like somehow like a really good freaking thing in there. But that's just like not everything is freaking perfect, right? But it's just like a drag what's dragging the freaking plot in there. That's why like that's probably why Kate Bishop feels lacking in this situation when I was like watching this. Because I was like, okay, that's freaking good. Like everything else, like somehow like on the surface level, it's like good enough entertainment. Like for me, watching this is just good enough entertainment. But for me, it's like later on, analyzing it and like talking about it right now, I do see now like that the standard that I've hold into watching these freaking things that I need to be able to like see these kinds of things from our freaking characters, and that's why probably a lot of people didn't were like, what the hell is going on in this situation, because it doesn't seem like obvious, right? You're like being dragged there for like obvious freaking reasons of what they needed to do next. Like in the plot they needed to do next. Like this freaking things they need to do this because of this. Because this is happening, that's why they need to do this. But it doesn't speak much as to the character of the freaking heroes, or like as to the character of what they're going through in this freaking journey. Because that's why I think I am saying that it's lacking in the earlier freaking parts as to why Kate Bishop is like a good freaking character towards it. She's being said in there as like a good freaking character, but later on as well prove or like move towards further on into the freaking story, it's just not there. And it's just overall about the story of Hawkeye and freaking Kate Bishop trying to create this dynamic of mentor mentee relationship. But it's not just it doesn't seem to be able to like show there, right? Yeah. Like for me, as like I'm watching this second situation and this movie or this series, I'm lacking to find anything to talk about because when it comes to those freaking things, is a lot to talk about, right? But this time around, I'm really stretching things out around when it comes to this thing. So that's that. And look cinematically, I've never seen. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the Ant Man guy has been green screened in. I feel like the Ant Man guy has been green screened in. Look cinematically, they show a lot of close ups. I don't freaking know, man. Like a lot of wide ass shots would be like nice. It's nice though. Look cinematically. It's really okay. You know what? It's very. You know what? You know what? One of the best fucking scenes in this freaking situation was the car chase scene. Oh my freaking god! I forgot about the car chase scene. Oh, how freaking badass it is! It actually looks freaking good. The car chase scene was amazing. It's really fucking good. The car chase scene was as they like get out from like captivity from Echo. Oh my freaking god! Yeah, yeah, it's freaking good. The car chase scene, I forgot about that. Yes, and then him being a freaking father. Yeah, like, episode 3 was fucking amazing, man. This is just like a good ass freaking scene towards him. Where he really needs to freaking retire and just like He wants this freaking life towards him. Okay, this is true. Yeah, she really wants to be like a hero. Yes, because like we have like other freaking dialogues towards like her saying to Hawkeye, "You make it so like other people like me, i.e., other people like Kate Bishop, be able to like really see that they can make it up there. They can like be able to like show that you don't need to fly or like shoot lasers from your hands to be able to like do those freaking things, right? It's just really good, but like episode one, it's a struggle of just holding on to episode one, which is the thing that the catalyst that's gonna start off the entire journey for everybody else is just lacking as a start, right? As a starter towards their motivation because it's ending. The ending of like Hawkeye is really good. As it concludes a lot of freaking things towards their internals, right? It's supposed that their internals is I want to be a great freaking person, are my heroes, and all those freaking things. Yeah. Uh, like it's really good. It's really good. Hawkeye is a really good freaking thing. I would rate it a 7.3. 7.3, 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. When it comes to it, Hawkeye is pretty okay. Pretty good. It's pretty decent. This one, what the hell is this one? Old Man Hawkeye, Kingpin. Father Ringer, Heroes, I want to be great for Kate, right? Kate Bishop. Okay, that's probably everything. Yeah, that's everything else that drags Marvel. Okay, as a Doomsday freaking prep, in this situation, as a Doomsday freaking prep, where as a Doomsday freaking prep, I want Purple Hawkeye and transition from me, like from Clint to Kate, how they're gonna tackle it. I gotta tackle it. How they gonna show it? It's just like Clint, like calling a freaking thing. Yeah, there's just gonna be like we're gonna call in Clint, and we'll be able to like, oh, I'm fucking retire. I'm retiring. I'm no longer doing that shit, but I can send someone, and then he sends Kate. Yeah, like probably like a scene like that that's gonna be freaking badass for freaking Kate Bishop. Yeah, that would be like really freaking cool to be able to like see Purple Hawkeye with with the H on the head. Are they really gonna do that? Are they gonna push that kind of like in costume? Probably not. But what kind of costume that she has? Like probably like really good ass things from the LARPers, man. The LARPers are like crazy ass freaking things with their costumes, bro. Yeah. Yeah, Kate Bishop, Echo, Kingpin. Now I'm gonna see like probably Kingpin there, like probably Kate Bishop, like probably a lot of freaking kids. A lot of freaking kids, and the only adults in the freaking room are just Hulk, Strange, Ant Man, Captain America, Bucky, the rest of the freaking Thunderbolts. Those are there are so freaking many. The Thunderbolts, Guardians. If there's still Guardians freaking left, uh, Eternals. If there's Eternals gonna be left there. There's who else? Uh, who else is there? Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is gonna be there. Look at how many of these freaking people are. Do you think Kate Bishop will be like? I don't know what's gonna fucking happen, man. I don't know what's gonna fucking happen. A lot of people gonna die, or a lot of good people gonna be so hyped in it. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, when it comes to like the Fantastic freaking Four, uh, was it Fantastic Four? Was it what kind of like movie has the Fantastic Four ending? Thunderbolts. I watched Thunderbolts, and it has the Fantastic Four post credit scene towards it, right? Thunderbolts has like post credit scene, Fantastic Four post credit scene, and for a long time, for a first time in a long time, I've heard somebody scream in the freaking theaters, and I was like, "Damn, somebody's still a fucking fan in this freaking thing." And I was like, "Yo, bro," I was like, somebody's still a freaking fan in this freaking shit, man. Like, it's still like freaking screaming and all that, and still like hyping shit up. And after all that, there's still like people like him left, man. And that's like, holy fuck. And that was like fun. And I had fun. And I had fun watching it. And it was like really fucking cool. But I don't think we're gonna get that every freaking Marvel release these days, man. Anyways, that's it. That's my Doomsday freaking prep. And yeah. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Thank you so much for coming by the stream. And yeah. Thanks for listening to us. It's just like an hour of me yapping it.